Hey there, I'm Heather Clancy back here at Sidebar with Kevin Lyman, Director of Global Thought Leadership with Invesco. Hey, Kevin.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. Good morning.
Glad to be here.
Thrilled. So Invesco is an independent investment management company. I was looking up some stats here before we talked. Assets under management as of May 31st, 1.45 billion. So tell us.
Trillion.
Trillion.
Yep.
Trillion.
There you go.
There you go. My bad, my typo. But tell us more about this legacy of ESG at the company.
Sure. So at Invesco, we have been implementing ESG strategies to help our clients achieve their ESG objectives for over 3 decades at this point. And for us, it really is about our clients, first and foremost, helping them to achieve their ESG goals. As I say, we've been at it a long time. We're very proud of our ESG heritage. We signed the UNPRI in 2013. In 2020, that was our 4th consecutive year of getting an A+ score. So we feel like we've got some expertise here and we've got some dedication to it. And for us, it's a combination of focusing on our clients' objectives and then working with our investment teams to see how best to integrate the ESG into those strategies.
So your goal is to have 70% of global assets be integrated and 10% of assets under management be dedicated to ESG strategies by 2023, which is pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So tell us about those goals.
Well, and actually, it's even a little bit more than that in some ways. That's sort of a minimum standard. So let's take the 10% first. The 10% is just for pure ESG.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So the 10% is for a purely defined ESG strategy where you actually have ESG criteria that are baked into the investment guidelines for the fund or the product above just minimum regulatory. So that's just a 10% number. But the larger number, the 70% number, and actually it's more like we'd really seek to get at 100% if you combine both systemic and ad hoc integration of ESG into the way that we're managing portfolios. And what I mean by that is where we're taking into account in ESG considerations, financially material ESG considerations. Excuse me. Do I win a prize?
Yes, you won.
Does a duck drop down and I win a prize? So that's really, a much broader set where it may not be baked into an investment consideration or an investment guideline, but our portfolio managers are taking into account those financially material ESG considerations as they're managing the strategy.
Now, as part of this, you have something called ESGintel. It's your ESG ratings tool. What is the methodology behind it, and how is it used by your employees?
So ESGintel is it's a proprietary homegrown platform that we launched in 2020, and it really spans the full spectrum of our investment processes from gathering information and providing kind of a warehouse, if you will, for data and insights that we've got internally. Combining that with third-party data that comes from ESG rating services and things like that, and then also having notes from our engagements with issuers, because we're regularly, of course, engaging with issuers as part of the proxy process on ESG matters. And so it really serves as a tool for our investment managers to pull from that to see, so that you might have a team, say, in Hong Kong who knows a lot about a particular issuer and their ESG approaches on certain topics, and maybe one of our teams in Houston could access the system, pull that if they're considering an investment. So it's both when we're doing our due diligence on the front end, looking at a potential investment, and then once we've got that, monitoring the company's progress as they continue to address ESG issues.
Yeah. So this is evolving very quickly.
Yes.
Fraught with debate.
Yes, and in fact, we now have another component of ESGintel called ESGCentral, which, everything I was just mentioning is talking about things at an issuer level. What ESGCentral now allows us to do is to look at things at an investment portfolio level. So there we're looking at our whole strategy or our whole fund and kind of being able to evaluate, there's 19 different criteria that we use, different ESG criteria, and being able to look at that take that holistic view of a portfolio from all of that, in addition to looking at it at an individual issuer level within the portfolio.
Mm-hmm. One final word on your strategy, how will it evolve this year? Just really quickly.
You know, everything is evolving so quickly. I guess we will follow what the regulators are doing. You see what's happening in EMEA right now with TCFD, and there's just so much going on. We're going to continue to follow what the regulators do and really what our clients are looking for in the space.
Great, great. Well, thank you for joining us, Kevin. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Great. And back to you there on the sidebar.